In the part 2 of this video, I will show you the hidden dangers and the smart check every investor must do before buying or investing in any property here in Nigeria. Here is what many investors are not aware of. A land can have a C of O and can still be risky. A C of O is very important, but it is not the final verification. In the part 2 of this video, I will explain to you the red flags that exposes fake title, government acquisition issue, and the critical land search every investor or land buyer must do before making payment, because one wrong property decision can cost you millions. There are a lot of benefits a C of O land will actually give to you as an investor. First, the return on investment. Any land that has a C of O, trust me, the return on investment appreciates massively over time. Now, the second reason why so many investors choose to get a C of O land is the resale value, because a land that has a C of O actually don't stay long in the market. A lot of people will actually want to buy or acquire a land with C of O. Now, the third reason why a lot of investors actually choose to own a C of O land is for security reason, because nobody wants to hear tomorrow that they have come to snatch their land in from them. So once a land has a C of O and that C of O is already on the investor or on the developer name, trust me, you absolutely have nothing to worry about. Now, another reason why a lot of investors choose to get a C of O land is for the convenience of it. People don't like wahala. People don't really want to hear the fact that, oh, I lost my land to so issue. So, but once a land has a C of O, trust me, you have the best convenience. Another reason why a lot of investors choose to own a land with C of O is for inheritance. Now, trust me, once you have a land with a C of O and you are no longer alive, your children have nothing to worry about, because they know that this particular piece of land or this property actually belongs to either their father or their mother. Now, the last reason why a lot of people actually like to get a C of O land is for bank. Now, trust me, if you want to get a loan here in Nigeria from any of the mortgage banks or from the commercial bank, the first thing the bank will ask you is for a landed property. And once the bank is asking for a landed property, that property must, I say it again, that property must have a C of O, else you will not have any business getting a loan from the bank. Now, first, what is a C of O? A C of O, which is Certificate of Occupancy, is a vital legal document issued by the state government here in Nigeria, clearly authorizing the ownership of a particular piece of land to an individual or to an entity. Under the 1978 Land Use Act of the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, it states that it provides legal and secure title for up to 99 years, preventing illegal revocation, double allocation, or a government acquisition. Now, let's talk about the type of C of O that we have. First, we have a residential C of O. Now, this type of C of O is actually given to residential properties or to individuals who wants to build residential properties. And this type of C of O lasts for 99 years. Now, another type of C of O that we have is the commercial C of O. Now, as the name implies, when you hear commercial C of O, this type of C of O is actually given to properties that are to be used for commercial purposes, office space, commercial places where any commercial activity is to be taking place. Another type of C of O that we have is the agricultural C of O. Now, as the name implies, this type of C of O is actually given to people who want to do any agricultural activities, be it farming or livestock. Now, interestingly, this type of C of O lasts for 25 to 28 years before renewal. Now, the next type of C of O that we have is the industrial C of O. Now, as the name implies, anything that has to do with industry, for instance, the Dangote refinery has what we call the industrial C of O. Now, this type of C of O lasts for 35 years. And once it's done after 35 years, then you go for renewal. Next type of C of O that we have is the family C of O. Now, this type of C of O is actually not common in this part of Nigeria. Now, this type of C of O is actually issued to family who have a long ownership of a particular piece of land. Interestingly, this type of land must be in large portion, and the family will come together. For instance, my name is Ogbena. I come from the Ogbena's family. So my family can decide to go for a family C of O land. Now, the next type of C of O that we have, this one is actually very common, especially here in Lagos, Nigeria. Now, which is called the global C of O. Now, this type of C of O is actually given or gotten to an area that is already developed. For instance, we have some areas here in Songotedo that is already developed, but they don't have a C of O. Now, in this type of area, the government does not issue just one C of O to an individual. They give what we call a global C of O. In other words, every household or every neighborhood within that vicinity must come together and apply for a C of O. The next type of C of O that we have is the provisional or a temporary C of O. Now, some of you will be wondering, why do they give a temporary C of O? Now, for instance, you have already applied for a C of O. Mind you, the process of a C of O takes up to 3 to 6 months before it comes out, especially here in Lagos, Nigeria. Now, if you want to use that particular piece of land or that your property to do something, for instance, you want to get a loan from the bank and your C of O document is not yet out, you can actually approach the General Surveyor Office in Alausa to give you a temporary C of O to issue to a bank. But trust me, this type of C of O comes with an expiry date. Most time it comes with 2 weeks. Most time it comes with 1 month, pending when the document of the real C of O will come out.